Welcome back everybody to the channel. This is going to be a comic book Christmas part 2. Hopefully you guys caught part number 1 last week. Had a lot of fun making that one. Thanks for all the support on that. What does a comic book Christmas mean though? We're talking my new comic book day hauls. As you guys can see, it was a pretty large week. Obviously, new comic book day this week landed on Christmas, so had to get my pulls a day late. That's all right. So we'll go through that, show you guys what that's going on. We also have 3 collected edition comic books that we're going to be, I guess, unwrapping or whatever, but once I get these stretched out, we'll also show you guys what the art's looking like. And a lot of these things are things I'm looking forward to reading in the beginning of the new year. And then in this video, we also have 3 action figures that we're going to be unboxing and reviewing also in this video. So yeah, look forward to all that. Alrighty, like I said, we got the new comic book day hauls. My most anticipated read right on the top, it's got to be Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 3. I think that Kelly Thompson, Jordi Belair, and Hayden Sherman are just doing an incredible job with this series. All the Absolute titles are on fire right now, but Absolute Wonder Woman might be my favorite, man. Really like what's going on there, so can't wait to get into it. We also have Justice League Unlimited issue number 2, Dan Mora, Mark Waid, and then Bond Villain on the colors, so I really look forward to this one. Issue number 1 was a ton of fun. It feels like an episode of the cartoon, man. Just like send a bunch of Justice League members down to complete a quest or just do like a one-off issue type thing. I thought issue number 1 was a lot of fun. This series has a ton of promise. A lot of different characters that you might not have been seeing in for a long time, right? So we got Martian Manhunter there, Blue Beetle, Mary Marvel as well. So looking forward to this. We also have Black Canary, Best of the Best issue number 2. Tom King written series with Sook on the art. Dave Stewart, I believe, is the colorist. But yeah, this series is off to a really great start, man. Issue number 1 was a lot of fun. Kind of like a fighting tournament to determine who is the best of the best, right? So Black Canary trying to learn from her mom, the previous Black Canary, I believe, right? So issue number 1 was really good. Cannot wait to continue this series. Tom King written. It's a mini series. I really do think Tom King is the king of maxi or mini series. He always knocks it out of the park. So look forward to that. New series out of Image Comics. We have Dust to Dust, J.G. Jones and Phil Brom, and this is also published under Rick Remender's little imprint he's got over at Image Comics. So we have Giant Generator, and yeah, so if it's got Rick Remender's seal of approval essentially, right? I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's like a murder mystery that takes place during like the Great Depression Dust Bowl era. So yeah, interesting setup there, and this cover is really cool too. So excited about that. We have Superman issue number 21. Joshua Williamson, Dan Mora as like a guest artist for a little bit here, and I heard that this one's like a really fun time. It's just Superman and Lois going on a date, so looking forward to this one. Of course, we got the impending Doomsday stuff that's been going on as well. Green Lantern Dark issue number 2. This is out of DC's Elseworlds imprint, so classic Elseworlds story here. Kind of like a dark zombie type of story is kind of the vibe I get. But I thought issue number 1 was great, although I think it came out a little bit ago, maybe in like October, so might be time for a reread. But we have Tate Bromble and Werther Dell'Edera. So if you're familiar with those names, you might be if you've read, I believe it's called like The Curious Case of Christopher something. I think Tate Bromble is the writer on that. And then Werther Dell'Edera, if you've read Something's Killing the Children, that's the artist for that. So really good stuff here. It's like a horror Green Lantern, man. Definitely check it out. Like I said, issue number 1 came out a little bit ago, so you might have to go hunting for that. I'm looking forward to this. Elseworld stuff's always a fun time. Green Arrow issue number 19. This has got that new creative team on it, man. So we have Condon, Montos, and Lucas. I thought issue number 1 was great, or technically issue number 18, the first issue of this run. But man, I'm loving this Green Arrow. It's got a lot of promise, dude, especially with Montos on the art. So look forward to this. It feels like real grounded Green Arrow story. It's not so much that, all the craziness, the zaniness that was going on with the Joshua Williamson run that I kind of fell off of. It seems like this one's kind of like a back to basics Green Arrow story. So excited about that. Detective Comics number 1092. This must be like issue number 3 of Tom Taylor's run. Janon's art is incredible, dude. Definitely the selling point for me right now is the art. I think it's really stand out. And then kind of the setup that Tom Taylor's doing, it's interesting too. We have maybe some changes to the Batman lore, or some expounding on the classic Batman lore that we know, dealing stuff with his parents and his lineage and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's an interesting change of pace from the Rom V stuff. It's not as dark and kind of mystical or ethereal as the Rom V stuff. It's kind of like you're more back to basics Batman story with you got Damian Wayne Robin there as well. So loving that one. Action Comics number 1081, part 12 of Mark Waid's run. I've been a little bit behind on this, guys. Probably, honestly, dude, probably like 4 or 5 issues behind. I tried reading them like a couple weeks ago, and it's gonna be a good binge, I feel. But man, you're really killing me with this weekly stuff. So kind of glad that's over. Not gonna lie. Geiger issue number 9. I believe this is gonna be the last issue of Geiger that I pick up in a single issue. You guys have been knowing, man. I love Geiger. He's my dude, but I think I'm going to start collecting this series and like the hardcovers that they've been releasing. And then maybe overall the unnamed universe or the stuff that's going on over at Ghost Machine. I might be doing those in trades going forward. So, because I feel like, you know, the Ghost Machine imprint, they've got a lot of fans right now. So I don't have to support maybe like with the single issues. I'll definitely be a trade paperback kind of guy for the Ghost Machine stuff and then upgrading to the hardcovers eventually so they can find a nice spot on my shelf. But Geiger, man, it's really, I'm still on the fence about dropping Geiger because it has been just my favorite series from the Ghost Machine guys. So yeah, we'll figure that out. But Geiger issue number 9. Ultimate Black Panther issue number 11. This has got to be the slowest Ultimate Universe title by far. Man, it really is just dragging from time to time. But hopefully this picks up. I feel like the last 2 have been picking up, but man, just overall, this series pacing is just so whack. Yeah, if anybody has dropped Ultimate Black Panther by now, I totally get it. I'm pretty much reading it, you know, just to keep up with it for content, I guess. But yeah, definitely not my favorite Ultimate Universe title. Void Rivals issue number 15. I think this is going to be the last Void Rivals that I pick up because going forward, I plan on doing trades for the Energon universe as well. So yeah, I think that these are available. Same thing with the Ghost Machine stuff. I think that all that's available on, you know, like my library stuff or whatever. So I think I can read those digitally. So yeah, Void Rivals issue number 15. Still a really great series. Kirkman, you know, Felici or whatever. But yeah, this might be the last single issue of that. Not a bad series by any means, though. I've been liking it a lot. And then we have book number 3 of DC Black Label's Gargoyle of Gotham. This has been baking for a really long time. I think this was issue number 1 and 2 came out last year, man. So it's been a long time. You know, look forward to get back into it, but kind of forgot what happened in issue number 1 and 2. Last single issue for today, we have the Epitaphs from the Abyss, issue number 6. I think this is going to be the last one I pick up for this in single issues. Hopefully they continue this series. I think they are. But yeah, it might be a series I start collecting in trades, but I'm really a big fan of these horror anthologies, sci-fi horror anthologies. And this one that's straight horror has been a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what we got. Yeah, before I forget, there is also some Distillery releases. So I was lucky enough that Distillery sent me 3 different things over the last couple weeks. So we have You Won't Feel a Thing, Scott Snyder, and Jock. This series is really great so far, off to a great start. It's this old guy who's like living in a nursing home because I think he has brain cancer, but he's like one of the best detectives of all time. You know, FBI, cold cases, you know, he catches them, right? So he's really good at his job. And there's always been this case that he has not been able to solve. And it's like a, you know, brutal series of murders or whatever. And it kind of is the case that got him to start, you know, joining the detective and being a detective or whatever. So yeah, he's probably got to solve that case before all is said and done because it looks like the killer is back. So interesting issue number 1. I really enjoyed it. You Won't Feel a Thing. It's got that great distillery, you know, great distillery quality. So really enjoyed that one. We also have Spectrograph issue number 4. So I'm a little bit behind on Spectrograph, man, but James Tynion IV with Christian Ward, how can you go wrong, man? So at some point I plan on catching up and reading Spectrograph. The first thing I flip to is just a complete work of art, man. Christian Ward is just a master at his craft, right? So looking forward to that. We also have The Blood Mother's Brother, issue number 3, Brian Azzarello, Eduardo Riso. I'm a big fan of cowboy stuff, man. So now that this is all out, I can finally binge read The Blood Mother's Brother. Looking forward to it. Big fan of cowboy western type stuff. So yeah, that's what we have for New Comic Book Day. The week of December 25th, I guess. But yeah, that's what we got. All All right, next up, since we went over my new comic book day hauls, let's do some action figure reviews and unboxings. We've got 3 action figures here today. The first one up, really excited about this one. It was a pre-order. I believe this is straight from the McFarlane store. We have the Shazam, dude. Excellent stuff here, man. Really look forward to this one. It's a page puncher, so you know the sides are a little boring, but on the back there we get the Shazam #1. This is the Dawn of DC run, Mark Waid, Dan Mora. So looks like this action figure is kind of based on the Dan Mora design. The only thing wrong here is probably the face sculpt. Just maybe his eyes are a little too, I don't know, like he's squinting or something. But you know, we got a couple hand swaps. You get that card in the back. It doesn't look like it's gonna be, yeah, it's not a flight stand, which is a little unfortunate, but we do get like a dinky little DC stand. And then I believe this thing is, you know, it goes around his neck, kind of matches this thing that's going on. So yeah, that's the first one we got. We got that Shazam. We'll get that open, and I'll pose it for you guys and show you all that stuff. Next up, we've got the Jack Kirby action figure. Been looking for this one for a while. I found it at Newberry Comics. Really happy to find that one. And yeah, this is from Neca. I guess it's technically part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, but I'm not, you know, collecting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by any means. But when I saw this Jack Kirby figure, I mean, come on, they made a figure of the king. You gotta pick it up, right? So looking forward to that. The art on the side is really cool too. Got that portrait of Jack Kirby. Some poses on the back there, shows you what you can do. He's got like a pencil and a notepad, and then it's got like that, I don't know, creepy little dude. Not really sure. I'm not too into like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lore, so I'm not sure what that guy's deal is. But yeah, man, excited about this Jack Kirby figure. Like I said, man, we'll get this open and show you guys all the poses and stuff. We also have last figure for this comic book Christmas. We've got the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. So it's got that classic packaging. Big fan of Marvel Legends that have that classic packaging. As you guys can see, this is his more modern suit. So, you know, it's not his like Scarlet Spider suit, you know, with the hoodie and everything, but I still really like this look for Ben Reilly Spider-Man, his more modern kind of look. I always thought that Spider-Man symbol was super sick. Show you guys the side's a little boring. The back, so you can see everything else in that wave. The symbiote Spider-Man, that'd be cool to get at some point. And then a couple other Marvel villains there. But yeah, man. Excited about this figure. Looks like we got a couple hand swaps as well. Same thing, man. We'll get this guy open and start posing him. So yeah, first up though, let's do that Shazam, dude. I'm excited about that Shazam. So let's get that thing open. Alrighty, fresh out the box, we've got the Shazam, dude. So like I was saying, man, I think this is based on the Dan Mora design. You know, you might wish that the lightning bolt in the middle was like a yellow. It is a white with like a gold trim. As I'm showing you guys this, he's got the cape, dude, the wired cape with the wire that runs across the bottom. You guys are seeing the bright red, the really bright yellow as well with the gold accents, you know, here and there. But yeah, man, let's get this guy underneath the camera so you can see him in a little bit more detail. So yeah, dude, looks like this guy has your typical McFarlane posing. This body buck might be based on like a Superman. I'm not too knowledgeable enough to know for sure. The gauntlets are pretty cool. I'm noticing that. And then his hands are like, maybe they're kind of big. Maybe he's got giant hands, but I guess you'd expect that from Shazam, right? Like I said, he's got 2 hand swaps. So you got your fists there, and then he's got the this thing that goes around his neck. Let's try to put that on just to see what's going on there. But so it goes around the neck. We'll try to put his like flared, I'll do like this, slip it on. I might cut this whole part out of the video, who knows. Okay, it's kind of interesting that I just don't like put it on him by default, but yeah, so it looks like he does have the ability to put it on there. Maybe it goes underneath like the entire cape actually. Maybe that makes more sense, but we'll do this for now. So yeah, that's the thing that goes around his neck. In terms of you know, his legs, oh geez, wow, he can do the real splits, dude, unlike some McFarlanes who you know, are not able to. Let's see him do a high kick. That's a pretty high kick, man. You get your crunchy double jointed knees there. And of course you get that ratcheted ball joint that they use for the ankles, and you get that toe articulation there, of course. In terms of his T-pose, he's doing one of these for a T-pose. That's pretty good. His head, oh yeah, you get some like nice range on his head. You guys are seeing there, that's the down, that's the up. So pretty good there. Should be able to do a flight pose no problem. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good flight pose there. Let's see how his ab crunch is. Okay, you know, not the worst I've seen from McFarlane. You'd probably want it just a tad more, but that's pretty workable for sure. Yeah, man, you get the double jointed elbows. Nice crunchy double jointed elbows there. Yeah, dude, I would say this is a pretty well articulated figure as far as McFarlane's go. And of course you get that wired cape though. I mean, that's the big sell. The wired cape for me is super sick. And then, yeah, the only thing negative I have to say about this figure really is just the portrait. Just the eyes, honestly. I mean, the hair looks great, the jaw, the shape of the head itself looks great. It's just those eyes look a little squinty. Like you can't really see his eyes. So in terms of face sculpts though, I mean, it could have been a lot better, I guess, right? So, or a lot worse. So we'll definitely take this for a Shazam figure, man. This is gonna go right on the Justice League shelf. I'll show you guys the card as well if anyone wants to pause it. Learn a little bit more of Billy Batson Shazam. Awesome stuff there. The art card actually does not match the Dan Mora cover for Shazam issue number 1, the Dawn of DC series. So thought that was interesting, but yeah, that's what we got for the Shazam. Of course, you got the dinky stand that I mentioned earlier. So yeah, next up, let's open up that Jack Kirby figure, dude. Alrighty, fresh out the box, we've got the Jack Kirby action figure from Neca. If you could focus on him. Okay, cool. So he's got like that cell shaded kind of look. He's got his, what is that, a green sweater, dude. He got his blue jeans, a nice pair of boots down there. Well, not boots, but like leather shoes, right? So yeah, I think they did a great job on this Jack Kirby figure. The face sculpt's pretty solid as well. Let's get this guy under the camera just because this thing's not really working. Yeah, so this is the Jack Kirby figure, like I was saying. Really excited to have it. In terms of, you know, articulation, this is my first ever NECA, so I'm not sure really what to expect. It seems like his arms, you can't really get a T-pose like at all. It seems like his sweater's kind of blocking that there. They are 360. You get a double jointed elbow, it looks like. So you do get a double jointed elbow there. Of course, his rolled up sleeves, his hands go all the way around. His knees, you got a double jointed knee there. No toe articulation though, notice that. In terms of like when are you gonna make Jack Kirby get into a high kick? I don't know, but that's his high kick. Does Jack Kirby do the splits? Jack Kirby sort of does the splits, bro. Maybe not as much as you'd like if you're trying to get him to do the splits. I guess his torso goes 360 if that's something you're into as well. In terms of things that he comes with, I mean, we got a bunch of accessories. So to match Jack Kirby, we got his little tiny pencil. I mean, look at how tiny this thing is, dude. I'm gonna lose this thing. Like immediately, I'm gonna lose this thing unless it's in Jack Kirby's hand. We also have a notepad, as you see there. I think that's, you guys probably can't see it, but that looks like Donatello. It says Don there as one of the words. So I believe that's Donatello. So yeah, that's what comes with the Jack Kirby. It also comes with this, like, I don't know, bro. Is this a Jack Kirby Team NT creation or something? But it's got like this devil looking dude who comes with like a little weapon, little pitch axe type of thing to go into the weirdo's hand. And I think this dude, okay, I thought this might be for the little demon dude. I guess it might be, but dude, is this thing for Jack Kirby, bro? Is Jack Kirby locked and loaded with like a missile launcher? Maybe, bro. That might be for Jack. That might be for Jack, dude. All right, cool. So we got that, and then comes with a couple hand swaps. I'll be honest with you guys, looking at the hand swaps, I mean, two of these look exact. They look like, what's the difference? Okay, so you have some that are kind of like cupped, some cupped hands there, and then these ones are maybe his artist hands. So And this one he holds the notebook. Looks like it's wide enough for the notebook, and then this hand's probably for the pencil. So yeah, looks like you get some cupped hands, and then you get some more artsy hands. I like the little detail with the hand hair, or the whatever, the back of the hand hair. That's interesting. So yeah, really cool stuff there, man. Got the Jack Kirby action figure. That's gonna find a nice spot on the shelf, man. A lot of fun. Probably, I don't know where we'll put it. Maybe on the Marvel shelf. That kind of makes sense a little bit, but yeah, dude. Jack Kirby, ready to punch some Nazis in the face, dude. Right on. Let's open up. Next up, Ben Reilly Spider-Man, bro. Let's get it open. Alrighty, fresh out the box, we've got the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. Really cool stuff there. Great Spider-Man portrait. I mean, pretty standard and default there. You know, he's got the really cool suit, man. I've always loved this suit. You know, it takes some creative liberties from the classic Spider-Man suit, but you know, it's not Peter Parker, right? It's Ben Reilly, so it makes sense why it's slightly different. Like that blue, like that red. His Spider-Man symbol's looking pretty good as well. Let's get this guy under the camera. Alrighty. So, in terms of articulation, oh man, I mean that's lame as hell. So this is as much of a T-pose as he can do. It looks like his body sculpt kind of stops the shoulders from extending upwards more than that. That's kind of lame. You do get the, what do they call, the butterfly joint for his arms. I guess that's appreciated, right? So you could probably do some crossed arms type of stuff. But that's a shame as far as the T-pose goes. That's kind of lame. You know, you get your 360 bicep swivel, you get your double jointed elbows, you know, 360, you know, wrist as well. That does have, you know, all the hands have like a slight bend to them, so that's cool. The head goes up a lot, goes down a lot. That's cool. Marvel Legends never had that issue, right? So that's cool. Ab crunch. Oh yeah, dude. Spider-Man's doing his crunches for sure, man. So that's a good ab crunch there. You know, I like the way Marvel Legends does their kind of crotch joints or whatever. So that's about as far as a split that he can do. Maybe it's a little disappointing. In terms of a high kick, this is why I think with the Marvel Legends crotch joint, you're able to do a super high kick. This is kind of weird, something I'm noticing. So you see this little like connector peg there? I mean, it's red, whereas the other one is blue. So it kind of just sticks out. It's like a little red dot on the inside of his legs there. That's a little weird. You get that double jointed, not as crunchy as McFarlane, but you get that double jointed knee joint. And then of course, you cannot really, I mean, the ankles are kind of tweaking out here when I'm trying to spin them. So maybe they don't do 360, unless you want them to look like that. Kind of like a freak dude. No toe articulation either. That's something that Marvel Legends does lack. But yeah, man, overall, I'd say this is pretty like standard Marvel Legends. It kind of just is a skin swap of the Amazing Fantasy reissue that I have back there. No accessories really to speak of, except for, you know, obviously on the default figure, you've got your Spidey thwip hands. In the package though, you get your two crawly hands. You guys are seeing there's slight bit of detail on, you know, a couple of his fingers. You get that Spider-Man decal, otherwise it's just blue. And then you get your punchy hands. Some fists down there. So yeah, man, you get your crawly, your punchy, and your thwippy. Really exciting stuff there, man. This is gonna find a nice spot on the Marvel shelf, dude, for sure. Those are all the action figures that we got in this comic book Christmas part 2. Of course, we got the Shazam, the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, and the Jack Kirby action figures. Let's try to get a good shot of all of them together. Really awesome stuff there, man. So yeah, those are the action figures we got in this comic book Christmas part 2. Thank you guys for watching. Next up, we'll do those collected edition comic books, so stay tuned for that. All right, next up for a comic book Christmas, we've got 3 different collected edition comic books. Let me show you guys what we got. Then I'll stretch the spines and we'll go through it and show a little bit of the art. First up, we've got the DC Comics Style Guide, dude. Very excited about this. This is from Standards Manual. And for those that don't know, back in the day, this is kind of like DC's Bible for how their characters should look. Kind of like, making sure that Batman looks the same across the entire DC Comics line, right? So Standards Manual has reprinted this. It features a lot of art from the legend, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. So this was originally, came out way back in the day. What's the year? 1982, man. So really excited to get this reprint. Let's see if I can get this thing off here. But yeah, this will be really cool to flip through. So look forward to that. A lot of cool art in this. Next up, we've got the Miracleman Omnibus. So I've heard that Miracleman is one of those series that you definitely have to read. Obviously, there's a lot of drama, with the origin of Miracleman and its creator and everything. So, look that up. It's a pretty interesting story, but I'm looking forward to reading Miracleman. I've heard that it's really good, and yeah, look forward to it. So we got Miracleman. That'll probably be like sometime early in the year, probably maybe not January, maybe like February or something like that. So yeah, look forward to Miracleman Omnibus. We've also got the Catwoman of East End Omnibus. This one has been on my wish list for a really long time. Ed Brubaker, you guys know I'm a huge fan of, and then Darwin Cook, the legend, absolute legend. So yeah, really look forward to getting into this. I'll probably read this sometime in January. Honestly, guys, this will probably be my January omnibus. As you guys can see, it's a pretty big one. It looks like it has, let's see what we got here. It's got Catwoman 1 through 37, Catwoman Secret Files and Origins, issue number 1, Catwoman, Selina's Big Score, and stories from Detective Comics number 759 to 762. So a lot of content included in this. Ed Brubaker and Darwin Cook. Looking forward to it, man. Catwoman of East End. So yeah, dude, let's get those open, stretch the spines, and I'll show you guys a little bit of the art. Alrighty, so the first collected edition comic book that I want to take a look at is this DC Comics Style Guide. I was greatly anticipating this one. It's something that I had pre-ordered for a really long time. Let's get that top camera so you guys can see. So yeah, I pre-ordered this a really long time ago, and it went through a couple rounds of delays, but really glad that it finally came out. If you guys want a full video on this, I definitely think it could, get its own video. Definitely let me know, but what is that? Right on the front cover. Anyways. So yeah, as I'm flipping through, you guys are gonna see just some incredible art. As someone who is a big fan of comic book history, right? This is just such a cool piece in my collection. So this really just was like, DC Comics' Bible back in the day. Hey, all Supermen should look like this, right? Clark Kent should look like this, and then when he flies out, Superman should be looking like this. Just some, black and white stuff. So it looks like this is like the Superman section, right? So maybe we can skip ahead. So we get some Robin stuff. So Batgirl. So a lot of different, DC villains, DC heroes. Just the style guide, man. So you get that same kind of transformation page for Bruce Wayne. Some Batman action shots there. As I'm flipping through the back, you're seeing some Captain Marvel, Shazam stuff. We get some Green Arrow stuff. So yeah, man, this is just going to be like really cool to flip through from time to time. Almost like a coffee table book is how I'm going to treat it. So really cool, just piece of comic book history. The reissued, this is pretty much exactly what the style guide looked like back in the day as far as I understand. So really cool reissue there. And yeah, just your basic yellow on the inside. Let's see the other, you get that, yellow on the inside there as well. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to just having this. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna put it. Somewhere in the back, maybe on the shelf that I have my deluxe editions from DC. So that might go there. But yeah, that's the DC Comics Style Guide. Next up, let's take a look at the Catwoman of East End Omnibus. Like I was saying, Ed Brubaker, Darwin Cook for a large majority of this. You got that Darwin Cook artwork. Really cool look at the spine there. You get Catwoman on the spine. Nice shot of Catwoman on the back as well. Let's show you guys without the slip cover, we get some Darwin Cook Catwoman, man. Right there. Same thing on the spine. And then the back there. Really cool action shots. Yeah, dude, let's just flip through this. So, like I was saying, man, I have not read any of this material before, but Ed Brubaker, definitely something that I want to read at some point, right? So we get that great Darwin Cook art as I'm flipping through. Really love his style. Someone who really kind of captures this style nowadays, I feel, is Elsa Chartier, or maybe even like a Chris Samney dude. I think they really have that kind of retro look going on. So really cool stuff there. Some Catwoman suited up. One of the characters that I've read, how would I put this? Like, one of the characters I've read the least of, like in terms of Catwoman solo series stuff, but whenever she pops up in a Batman title, I always think it's a good time. I really like the character of Catwoman, just the character I've not read much of, her solo stuff. So looks like we're getting out of the Darwin Cook stuff there, more of like a modern art, but got that design though, that really cool Catwoman design. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this. Catwoman of East End Omnibus, like I said, sometime in January. Like, this will be the omnibus for January, I think. Looking forward to all that, man. In terms of, like, to me, this is going to be kind of like the Gotham Central omnibus, dude. Just in terms of an Ed Brubaker written DC universe, just a really great series. So looking forward to it, man. Catwoman of East End. Last thing I'll show you guys before I forget is the inside of the slipcover. Cover. I know some people are into that, so you get some Darwin Cook art there, and then on the other side you just get some biographies of Ed Brubaker and Darwin Cook. So yeah, man, Catwoman of East End, looking forward to it. Next up though, last collected edition that we're talking about for Comic Book Christmas Part 2, that Miracleman that I was showing you guys, right? So we just got that thing stretched. The front cover's looking good. The spine's looking really cool too. Really like that yellow and that black, how it stands out against the black. The back cover there. In terms of what this collects, it's got the original Miracleman saga in one oversized volume, book 1, book 2, book 3, and all new Miracleman annual number 1, plus a treasure trove of original artwork and rare development material. So really looking forward to getting this. So let's open this up, show you guys with the top-down camera. So yeah, some really great artwork on the interior. Looks like you get kind of just like a historical look at Miracleman and maybe his, the behind-the-scenes like development of the character. On the other side of the slipcase, we get just a biography of some of the creators, minus the one important creator that we all know. Like I said, man, you're gonna have to look up the history of Miracleman if that's something that interests you. But that biography is missing one important creator, but for a pretty good reason. So yeah, look into that if you are interested. Let's take off this slipcover. It's a dust jacket. Why do I keep calling it a slipcover? Anyways, so yeah, dude. Ooh, look at that artwork. Really cool on the interior there. Black and white sketch. Ooh, nice. And they changed the spine. Keep it all white. The black looks really cool against the white there on the spine, and another kind of sketch on the back. So yeah, let's flip through this. In terms of like who Miracleman is, guys, I'll be honest with you, I'm not too up to date on the Miracleman character. Wow, really great artwork, super detailed. I always thought that, I think I've read like maybe 2 Miracleman comic books, but I don't know book 1, 2, or 3 or whatever. But I just thought that the character of Miracleman was really interesting. And everybody says this is like one of the most legendary omnibuses of all time, right? So looking forward to it, man. This will be sometime in, like I was saying, I think February. This will be my omnibus for February, because I've been greatly anticipating it for a really long time. So that's what we got for collected editions in terms of Comic Book Christmas Part 2. Oh, let's see if I can hold them all up. We got that Catwoman of East End Omnibus. Really looking forward to that one. And then we've got the Miracleman Omnibus. Really heard this is some legendary stuff in this one. Looking forward to that. And then the DC Comics Style Guide. Not really something that, takes a lot of time to read, but more of like just an important historical artifact that they reprinted. Excited to have it. something cool to flip through from time to time. Last thing that we're doing in a comic book Christmas, we've got this package that was sent to me from my good friends over at Mad Cave Studios. I kind of opened it like a little bit, but I haven't really seen what's inside. So I think we got a card, so we'll look at that. And then we've also got a Mad Cave Studio 10-year anniversary notebook, dude. This is sick, man. So yeah, just like your regular notebook, but if you see on the back there, Castelli, made in Italy. I don't know if that's gonna focus. It says made in Italy, all right, guys. This is an Italy notebook. Going into the new year with the new notebook, man, that's really helpful. And then we've got, oh nice, just like a Mad Cave 10-year anniversary shirt, dude. So I've got quite a number of comic book t-shirts nowadays, so that's cool, man. Get the Mad Cave 10-year anniversary logo, and then on the back, Mad Cave, established 2014, Miami, Florida. Cool, dude. Mad Cave Studios. Thank you guys so much for the awesome package. Got the notebook, t-shirt, and then you got the card. Let's see what we got. Happy holidays. May the joy of this beautiful season stay with you into the coming year, dude. From all of us at Mad Cave Studios. Shout out, guys. That's really nice, dude. So we got a Mad Cave sticker. Cool. We got a paper cuts sticker. That must be like an imprint of theirs. So you get the paper cut sticker. And then the last sticker, we got their Maverick logo. That must be like maybe their imprint for more child, more for all ages type of stories. Their Maverick imprint, I believe. Yeah, man. Shout out Mad Cave Studios. I think that's been a comic book Christmas part 2. Really long video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Got the new comic book day haul. Did a couple of action figures and action figure unboxings. A couple of collected edition haul as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and read more comics. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Catch you guys in the new year. A lot of cool stuff coming.